Northwest Ontario Therapy presents Fighting Cognitive Decline in Aging. Two old men are sitting on a park bench. One says, "Oh, I'm so old. You'd never guess how old I am." His friend says, "I bet I can guess your age. Stand up." The old man stands up. His friend says, "Now drop your pants." The old man says, "What? Drop my pants? We're in the park. Are you crazy?" His friend says, "Do you want me to guess your age or not?" The old man drops his pants. His friend says, "Drop your underwear." The old man replies, "You see, there are children over there. You're going to get me in trouble." His friend says, "Do you want me to guess your age or not?" The old man pulls down his boxers. His friend says, "Now touch your toes and turn in a circle." The old man says, "You want me to moon the whole park? You're going to get me arrested." His friend says, "Do you want me to guess your age or not?" The old man grabs his toes and circles around. He stands up and his friend says, "You're 92." The old man says, "That's amazing. How did you know?" His friend says, "Damn it, you told me yesterday." We start that way, with a joke, because laughter and crying are very similar emotionally. They both are points where words can't express how we feel, and a primal sensation takes over. If you've ever lived with someone that has Alzheimer's, you know, that emotional point. Alzheimer's as a disease falls under the umbrella category of dementia. As a matter of fact, it makes up half of all dementia cases. Alzheimer's is distinctly characterized by plaque formations that entangle the brain cells. This causes misfires in the transmission signals and lead to burnout in areas of the brain. Now, let's look specifically at what Alzheimer's does to the brain. As I said, it's characterized by plaque formations that entangle the wiring in our brain. This plaque kills off portions of the brain slowly as it invades. As the person develops these plaque formations, symptoms like confusion, irritation, and aggression can be common. Here we see an artist rendering of the plaques forming in the gray matter, and an overall picture of the resizing that occurs during the process. Here we can see a clearer rendering of what healthy brain activity should look like. We see clear transmission between the cells and how these plaque formations entangle the strands and stop transmission of the signal. This entanglement causes misfiring and ultimately death of the cell. Here, we can see an actual PET scan of an Alzheimer patient and the significant decrease in activity throughout the brain. Here we see a CAT scan, and again, note the significant decrease in function and mass due to the disease. You see, in the early stages of this plaque formation, it attacks the areas of the brain associated with learning and memory and thinking and planning. One of the first noticeable signs of plaque formation is a decrease in the sense of smell and taste. These two senses in particular are most associated with memory. Let me show you. Close your eyes. I want you to picture the last time you ate a cinnamon roll. Can you picture it? Warm and gooey. Take a deep whiff and smell that goodness. Can you remember that smell? Good. The sense of smell is so connected to memory that one of the first reliable tests designed for detection of Alzheimer's is called the peanut butter test. Scientists at the University of Florida discovered that by covering one nostril at a time and measuring the distance from which you can detect the smell of peanut butter will offer significant information about impacted regions in the brain. In the moderate stages of Alzheimer's, these plaque formations have invaded deeper into the regions of memory and planning. This is the stage where most people are diagnosed because the problems become significant enough to that others start to notice. People start having trouble speaking and processing language. Handling money and finances becomes much more difficult, and big changes in behavior are noticed. In the final stages of Alzheimer's, most of the frontal cortex has been significantly impacted and damaged. The brain shrinks dramatically. Individuals lose ability to communicate, and soon the brain simply forgets to do basic functions and shuts down. In 2009, the governor of Oklahoma declared Alzheimer's as the plague of the 21st century. In North America, each day more than 10,000 people turn age 65. By age 60, 20% of people have plaque formations in the brain. By age 80, 60% have plaque formations. Currently in Canada, there are more than 861,000 people over the age of 85, and our average life expectancy has more than doubled in the last 100 years. 1 in 8 people over the age of 65 will be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and average life expectancy is 4.5 years from the time of diagnosis. Institutionalization for Alzheimer's patients is expected to increase 5-fold by the year 2050. In 2010, the cost of Alzheimer's in the United States was more than $172 billion, not including $94 billion in unpaid time and labor for caregivers of family members with Alzheimer's. Now the big question, is there a cure? No, there is not. Currently, there are only 3 medications approved for Alzheimer's treatment, and each of those shows only a 50% efficacy, meaning if 2 people with Alzheimer's are given the medication, only 1 will show any stabilization due to the medication. These medications range in price from $177 to $400 a month, and side effects can be severe. Current medications do not focus on the cause of Alzheimer's, simply because we do not know what causes Alzheimer's. 75% of patients who develop the disease have no family history of the disease. Another concern of modern life includes a recent study that showed the average person in North America consumes more than a credit card worth of plastics on a weekly basis. These plastics have been linked to the plaque formations and tangles. Over the last 20 years, we here at N.W.O have worked with patients who have had Alzheimer's and dementia. We have worked in nursing homes and in the public mental health sector, and we have found 2 valuable tools that work. We want to share them with you. The first tool we discovered, the Reynolds Adaptable Intelligence Test, or the RATE. This is a cognitive test that has been specifically tooled to identify issues with dementia and cognitive decline. It measures 3 different areas of intelligence. Crystallized intelligence, like a crystal that grows and hardens. This is the information we have gathered throughout our lifetime through learning and experience. Fluid intelligence, like water. This measures how quickly our brain adapts to obstacles and maneuvers around barriers. And quantitative intelligence, our understanding of math and science, through 7 different sub-test results, are calibrated for age and offer concrete results calculated. It's a useful tool to be able to share with your doctor and family. And the most important thing is the advantage of knowing. By not letting this invasion sneak up on us, we can proactively change how we stimulate our brain and can keep cognitive longer. The second tool we developed, the Alzheimer's Prevention Diet and Cookbook, available on Amazon, focused on how diet and food can proactively help this disease. We looked at studies about fish and the effects of the omega fatty acids on the brain. One study in particular followed a group of 260 people with an average age of 71 and did brain scans periodically. One of the key notes of the study separated people who ate fish regularly and those that did not. It found that of those that did not eat fish, 47% developed Alzheimer's, and of the group that did eat fish regularly, only 3% developed the disease. One of the most important superfoods you can have to help keep your brain healthy are blueberries. These little berries have actually been shown to help in neurogenesis, the development of new brain cells. In our studies, we found out about lemon balm, a member of the mint family. This little plant has been identified for its medical qualities of calming the mind and decreasing agitation for more than 200 years. And we even found a recipe for lemon balm tea that dated back 300 years and was specifically used to help calm people with dementia. And on a more fun note, wine and beer have both been shown to have significant impact on Alzheimer's plaque formation. In 2008, scientists even bred rats that were genetically designed to develop the plaque formations, and then the polyphenols of the grapes were injected into the rats. The grapes delivered a 1-2 punch, both blocking the formations from starting and decreasing the toxicity of the formations that had already formed. Beer has been shown to have a positive impact on the uptake of aluminum, another of the culprits of the plaque formations. In rats subjected to aluminum in drinking water and given beer as a treatment has less toxic buildup due to the beer providing a coating to the digestive tract that sent the harmful metal out with the waste. Foods to avoid include high-protein foods such as eggs and red meats, as these have been directly linked to shrinkage in brain tissues. This has been Northwest Ontario Therapy's presentation of Fighting Cognitive Decline in Aging. We hope this helps.